Okay, so let's get things started with the weather snapshot from him.
Good morning. You guys are the hardest working people in television at the moment. You need a day off at some point.
That's why we're making whoopee later.
The only thing I know with the word whoopee is the whoopee cushion, so I'm thinking it's got to be airy and fluffy, possibly.
Yeah, good.
Probably right.
Look, I would have normally shaved before work this morning, but not when I'm coming to the Australian Chainsaw Carving Championships. Yeah, so I'm going to be speaking down here this morning and I'm going to be doing manly things. It's going to be a great morning. Can we get some strepsils, actually? Can we order some strepsils? Let's have a look at a quick snapshot of Australia's weather this morning. And it's going to be pretty warm if you're in the western part of the country. We've got some very hot winds pushing heat down into Perth. Showers and thunderstorms are set to continue across northern Australia, and a fairly different story in the south, with a fine and sunny day for the majority of the country. But I'll have your local forecast very soon after we hear from Talitha with this morning's news. Good morning, Talitha.
Good morning, JT, and good morning, everyone.
Abu Dhabi, are you aware of?
They could play golf. Now we've got an interesting tournament on our hands.
The only problem with getting a falcon, though, is every time you hit the ball, it goes and retrieves it and brings it back.
I think that's a bonus.
Now, JT with the weather this morning is at the Chainsaw Carving Championship. So, JT, kudos to you for not shaving this morning and wearing the beard. But I must say, no flannel net shirt I find surprising.
It's true. Yeah, and probably the light-coloured chinos were an oversight as well. but aside from that, speaking of things you can only dream of, the view. This is one of the best views in Melbourne. We're at Sky High at Mount Dandenong. This is a place where people sometimes come for weddings, receptions, that type of thing. An incredible restaurant and view. And this morning we've got fog and mist blocking the whole thing. So hopefully by the end of the show, that's burnt off and we'll show you the view. We're set for some sort of early showers possibly in Melbourne, and then it should clear up this afternoon, but not before we get serious with this. You're right, the International Wood Carving Championships. Chainsaw Wood Carving Championships, mind you. It's going to be pretty exciting. But firstly, let's check out the weather around the country.
Weekend sunrise weather.
There are showers and thunderstorms set to continue across northern Australia. Different story in the south, with fine and sunny weather expected for the majority of the country. Hot winds pushing down into Perth should make it a pretty hot day in P-Town. Brisbane, sunny today and 35. Sydney, sunny and 30. Canberra, sunny and 27. Melbourne, possible early showers and 24. Showers becoming windy in Hobart today, a top of 17. Adelaide, cloudy and 25. Hot and sunny in Perth, 38 degrees today. And in Darwin, showers and a possible storm and 31. Now, just briefly, the way that the championships work is on Tuesday, everyone was assigned their log. It's about 2 metres high and about 600 wide. And then you've just got about 35 to 40 hours to carve whatever you want. Any design, best design wins. So we'll show you how that works throughout the morning.
Is that a sort of always a source of debate, the log draw, JT?
Type of wood, type of tree, age.
Yeah, it's a ballot system, and I guess if you've come in with a certain design and then the wood doesn't fit that design, you've got to reshuffle things a little bit.
Yeah, true.
I hope you signed some extra OH&S forms today, JT. Can't wait to see you in action on the chainsaw.
Especially given that the grand finale is that they're shaving you with one of those chainsaws.
It's a close shave. All right.
See you, mate.
Thanks, James.
Coming up on Weekend Sunrise. Time for JT with some weather.
Yeah, it really wicks the sweat away. You know where you don't want to see one of those dummy spits is at the wood carving championships. It could be, you throw, it's just flailing and, yeah. You guys might not know any wood carving legends. I have a very good mate of mine, actually, Seven Fingers Steve, used to do a bit of it. Actually, I caught up with him over Christmas. He's Six Fingers Steve these days. And it is a very difficult art. It's kind of an art, it's a craft, it's a sport. Rob here is one of the best in the business, and you can tell because he's actually got the chain tattooed to his arm. This is your life these days.
It is.
This is your full-time job.
Yep, it's what I do every day.
So effectively, the competition starts, everyone gets a big block of wood that you can imagine looks like this all the way up,
Yep.
and then you create whatever you want using chainsaws.
Yep.
How many hours do you get?
35 hours.
Okay, and what is it then sort of judged on?
Artistic ability, precision of cuts, wow factor, finish. Yeah, there's a fairly strict judging criteria.
So this is not Rob's piece, nor is this one. Just come over and see a slightly different style. This is a bloke from Japan. So in this competition, it's not just Australians. You've got people from Australia.
UK, Canada and USA.
And how many competitors in total?
10.
Including 2 women.
That's right.
Well, it all gets decided today, and some of these works are just outstanding. So we're going to show you the rest of them and do a little bit of it as the morning goes on. But let's have a look now at the forecast.
Weekend sunrise weather.
Showers and thunderstorms are set to continue across northern Australia. A bit of a different story in the south, with fine and sunny weather expected for the majority of the country, and hot winds are pushing heat down into Perth today. Brisbane today, sunny and 35. It's going to be a sunny weekend with a possible storm tomorrow afternoon. In Sydney, sunny and 30, then sunny again tomorrow with late showers and a cool change expected as well. In Canberra, sunny and 27, then a mostly fine weekend. Just the chance of a late shower tomorrow, continuing through until Monday. In Melbourne, a possible early shower, a top of 24 degrees. It's going to be a fine weekend and staying that way into the start of next week as well. Hobart, showers and 17. The chance of a shower tomorrow. The fine weather should clear up on Monday. In Adelaide, partly cloudy and 25 today with a fine weekend expected, and it should stay that into the start of next week as well. In Perth, as I mentioned, a very hot one today, top of 38 degrees. The rest of the weekend's going to be sunny as well, and temperatures should cool down by Monday. And in Darwin, showers and a possible storm and a top of 31 degrees. So, Rob, I guess it comes down to really what you see in that big block of wood and just how creative you can be, because it's not just chainsaws people can use, there's also other techniques to change the wood.
Yeah, we use a whole bunch of power tools, everything from angle grinders, die grinders, sanders, anything that basically can be used from woodworking, even stuff that's not used for woodworking. We sort of adapt it to, if we need a tool, we'll make it.
Look, I'm saving Rob's work because I want to show you a little bit later. It's very impressive, but you've used fire as well in yours.
Yeah. We torch to get light and shadow and a bit of contrast from the colour of the wood, and then, whatever coatings we like.
It is spectacular. I'll show you that a little bit later on this morning.
Thanks, JT.
Get a weather snapshot with JT, who's wielding a few dangerous-looking weapons there this morning.
Yeah, that's right, because we're at the Australian Chainsaw Carving Championships. We've seen the logo put on top of cupcakes, on top of cappuccinos, made into a sand sculpture. But have we ever seen anything quite as cool as this? Rob, he is a legend of the sport.
Yeah.
Isn't it great? You've got to see the finishing touches, but firstly, let's have a look at the weather.
Weekend sunrise weather.
Cairns, showers and a possible storm today. Mount Isa the same. Showers forecast for Bundaberg, and in Brisbane it's going to be a sunny top of 35. In Burke, sunny, the same in Tamworth and Orange. Sydney, sunny and 30 degrees, and Canberra, sunny and 27. Mildura, partly cloudy today. Possible early showers here in Melbourne with a top of 24. Partly cloudy at Bairnsdale. Launceston, possible showers, and in Hobart, a shower or two, and a fairly windy day with a top of 17. In Mount Gambier today, possible showers, partly cloudy and 25 for Adelaide. Sunny at Cooper Pedy. Alice Springs, mostly sunny and 36. And in Darwin, a possible shower and storm and a top of 31. And in the west today, Albany, partly cloudy. Perth, hot and sunny, a top of 38 expected. Mostly sunny in Karratha. Broome, showers and a possible storm. And in Kununurra, showers and a possible storm and a top of 32. So this is the finishing touches. A little bit of flame, but wait for it. This is the really cool stuff. Ooh.
Oh, gee, that's clever.
Wow. It's great, isn't it? Really, really clever
precise,
skills.
isn't it?
What if they make a mistake, JT? Can they start again in competition?
Rob, what happens if you make a mistake? What do? You just got to kind of cover it up.
No, well, sometimes it's creative firewood, but sometimes you can fix it, yeah. Bit of glue and screws.
I want to show you Rob's entry. We'll show you in half an hour. It is stunning, but we'll wait. You got to wait. It's a tease.
Beautiful,
Hang on.
JT. That's going to make a lovely belt buckle. For a very big belt, obviously, want to give it to a Texan.
That's awesome.
Rear, McIlroy acing the 177-yard 15th hole with a 9-iron to keep the putter in his bag where it belongs. Let's now get a weather snapshot with JT.
Thank you, mate. You know, do you guys remember The Never Ending Story?
Oh,
One of
yes.
my favourite movies as a kid. Well, this work has been inspired by that. It was done by Griffin Ramsay. It's almost finished. What are we looking at here?
Well, I started over here with the Southern Oracle. The Sphinx is in the back. And then there is the childlike Empress up at the top, sitting in her flower throne.
The Rock Biter.
The rock biter, one of
It was
people's
great.
favorites. And then, of course, there is Falcor and Atreyu.
Falco and a tray. That's one of the really iconic moments in the film. So this work has taken you how many hours so far?
Well, I think that we have a total of 35 hours, and I have 4 more to go, so I gotta really get it done today.
Now, is it true to say this is a sport or a craft mainly done by men?
Well, I mean, there are definitely a lot of men in it, but I've been noticing more and more women get into it, so I think it's sort of growing for women.
And how did you first become interested?
Well, you know, I grew up on the Oregon coast. I live in Texas now, but so I was always around. There was carving on the coast, and I would like kind of go up and down and see what they were doing. And then I had family in the lumber industry, and then a grandfather who whittled. So I guess it was sort of present in the background. And then a few years ago, I decided to pick it up myself. I came from a background of theater and film, and I just got tired of things having to go away after 2 weeks.
Well, it is a huge and fascinating piece of work, and you were saying that you don't get blocks this big in the States.
No, so it's fun for me because in Texas the wood is a lot smaller, so I got to actually really like put some things into this one.
All right, let's have a look at the forecast.
Weekend Sunrise Weather.
Showers and thunderstorms are set to continue across northern Australia today. Different story in the south, where we're expecting a fine and sunny day for most of the country. Hot winds are pushing heat down into Perth today. Looking at the capitals, Brisbane, sunny and 35. Sydney, sunny and 30. Canberra, sunny and 27. Melbourne, possible early showers today, a top of 24. Showers becoming windy in Hobart and 17. Adelaide, partly cloudy and 25. Hot and sunny in Perth and 38 degrees today. And in Darwin, showers and a possible storm and 31. Well, to give you a bit of a contrast, this is Rob's piece. Now, still carved out of the one block of wood, but Rob, how did you create the wings?
Basically deconstructed the log, milled the wings with a chainsaw mill into about 13mm thick slabs, and then took to it with a chainsaw and die grinders and sanders and cut them out.
Well, if you've just tuned in, this is all part of the Australian Chainsaw Carving Championships. The winner will be decided this morning or at 2 o'clock today, but they're going to get underway again in half an hour's time. So when you come back, we'll be working away.
Two questions for you, JT, to answer in the next half an hour. Do they also work in ice? Is it a similar discipline for ice sculpting? And also, what happens to them after competition? Can you buy them? Do they take them home? Check back with you in half an hour.
I'll have those answers for you in half an hour.
And what does our Oregon friend ever cut down a redwood tree to do the same thing back at home? That's another question without notice. Now,
Concern. Let's now get the weather with JT. A question unsolicited here, JT. Now, I wonder, can the same craft be applied with ice as it can wood? For instance, do we have a summer series and a winter series with the artists that we're seeing there today?
Well, the question on ice, it is a very similar skill. It's basically, especially when they connect things like, for example, the work we saw earlier where they had to connect the wings in, they use the ice in the same way because they just create on a separate block and then freeze it in with water. It's very hard to talk. Competition is underway again. We started at 9 o'clock. It's really good here now. So this is Angie's work. She's been wood carving for about 20 years. Over here, Brandon's 21 years old. He's been doing this for a year. It's his first competition. He's from 2 suburbs over. That's a Velociraptor, an incredible piece of work. And this is Steve. He's come from Canada. Steve, How many kangaroos, koalas and kookaburras have you done before?
It's actually my first time to ever carve a kookaburra, but I've carved a koala once and a kangaroo once before.
Mate, for someone who's barely done it, you've got an amazing likeness. Isn't this an incredible piece of work? So the guys and girls have until 2 o'clock today, then competition is over and the judging happens. As to what happens to the work, Eddie, you asked me half an hour ago. I'll tell you after we have a look at the forecast.
Weekend Sunrise Weather.
Possible showers and a storm for Cairns, the same at Mount Isa. Showers set for Bundaberg, and in Brisbane, sunny and 35 degrees. Burke, a sunny one, the same for Tamworth and Orange. Sydney, sunny and 30, and in Canberra, sunny and 27. Mildura, partly cloudy today, and early showers set for Melbourne with a top of 24. Partly cloudy at Bairnsdale. Launceston, possible showers, and in Hobart, a shower or two as well. Could become quite windy today, and a top of 17. At Mount Gambier, possible showers today, partly cloudy and 25 for Adelaide. Sunny and 37 at Cooper Pedy. Alice Springs mostly sunny and 36. And Darwin showers and a possible storm and 31. And looking at the west now, Albany cloudy today. Perth hot and sunny, 38 degrees at the top. Mostly sunny at Karratha. A shower or two and a possible storm at Broome and Kununurra. John here owns Sky High, where we are.